What's up, guys? I'm the face of Will Fix It. I know this looks like an interview, but it's not. This is actually the corner of a garage that's really unfinished at the moment. We've been working on this garage for the past year and it's still not ready, but we did come far and it's almost done. Hence why I'm just showing you one corner. I'm sitting down in this chair. It's not nearly as finished as we wanted to, but hopefully in the next month or two it's going to be ready. In today's video, I want to show you guys a MacBook Pro 2021 16-inch screen repair that we have. It's actually from a customer that brought it in and they want to get the screen fixed. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what that's going to look like. This is the MacBook we got right here. It does power on. The screen does have vertical lines coming through it, up and down. If you could look at this corner here, there is a impact mark right in the LCD that's causing it to just go dark, but we can still see that the screen is on in one corner. If we press the cap locks button, it does turn off and on. So it does have power, it charges, makes sounds, boot up sounds, all which things we look for. So it really is just a screen replacement. The customer, I think, does some kind of IT work, tools IT. I don't know exactly what he does, I never really asked him, but he does want to get this fixed. I believe Apple was quoting him over $700 to get this screen replaced. I'm right at $600. The screen itself cost about $470 plus $20 shipping, which almost $500. I'm charging about $100 labor, so all in all, I think it's pretty fair for the work that it's gonna need. Yeah, let's get to it. Alright, let's first turn off this MacBook. How I can tell if it's fully off, you can see the impact, the backlight on the screen just shut off now. I'm gonna press this caps lock. It's not turning on. Just close it, flip it over. Alright, let's take these screws out. These are gonna be T4 screws in the back. I haven't seen any videos on how to replace this screen, so I'm gonna be winging this repair. I've been repairing Macs for about 10 years now, so pretty familiar with anything that could throw me. But these newer Macs do have some complications as Apple started pairing these screens to the logic board. And now for this specific Mac, there are mixed reviews on it, that they're saying that there is a chip that's on the screen that is paired to the board, and only the Apple configurator tool, which Apple has, or any authorized repair center, that can pair the new screen to the logic board. And then other mixed feedback I've been seeing or researching that people are having is that it doesn't have that, or it's not paired. The only thing that is paired is the lid angle sensor, which is it's a sensor that's on the screen and it sleeps and wakes the computer when you close the lid. So let's see what we got going on here. This clips up. After you take the screws out, you just pry this upward in that motion, and this should slide out. It's similar to almost all the MacBooks they've been doing up from 2016, I believe, and up. It kind of comes up from here and then slides out. You want to push outward, just like that, and it should come out. There we go. Back cover's off. Let's see what's going on here. What do we got? We can see here the screen connections we got here. Let's see where the battery is. We'll definitely want to disconnect the battery first. That's the first thing we're going to want to disconnect. So we can find it. The battery connector looks like it's under this. Looks like the trackpad ribbon cable. The battery connector's under there. Let's see if we can pick that out. These two screws holding in this this plate. This looks like, let me see if I can find out what these are. Yeah, these are T5 screws. two T5 screws holding in this metal plate. Okay, those are out. Let's take this out, and we're gonna disconnect this connector and push this back. All right, now we can see the battery terminal held in by with one screw, and also a flex cable from the battery to the board, which has to be disconnected as well. What I usually like doing is disconnecting this flex cable first, so we're gonna have to, let me get a spudger. Can you get a spudger? So we're gonna take this adhesive off, little black tape adhesive. We're gonna pry up on the connector so we can take this cable out on the latch and then disconnect the cable. Let's see. Just like that. That came out. Let's push this back a little more. This is that connector. It's held in a little more adhesive over here. Just gonna be careful a little bit. Let's see. Okay. Now the battery screw is exposed. We can remove that. That should be also, I think, a T5. Okay. The T5 from another set of tools I had work, so I don't really know what that's about. Okay, that's the one battery screw. There, just like that. We're gonna push this upward, so it's completely disconnected from the battery. Now, we're gonna start working on taking the screen out. What I'd like to do usually is put it on the side of the table, so we're gonna move it. I like to do this because it's easier to take the screen off, especially when the hinges are exposed. Alright, we have the screen flipped over onto the edge. This hinge screw cover, the T5 from the other set. Seems like one set works and one doesn't. Okay. I think this antenna actually has to come out first. This antenna is going across, so we can't take these out yet until taking this antenna out. Let's see. All right, let's take this antenna out. We're gonna take this antenna metal plate out that's covering the antenna and disconnect the antenna. We already got two T5 screws right here holding in the antenna. Antenna is 3 antennas. Alright, let's get this into here. My plastic spudger. Alright. 1, 2, 3. There are these 3 antennas. We also got another screw holding in the antennas all together. So we're gonna take that out as well. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna push this up a little bit so it's just free and loose. Now we're gonna start working on the antenna bracket itself. It's pretty long. This I know is a pentalope. It's a P5. This is the same screwdriver that you could use to remove the bottom screws of iPhones. So it looks like we have how many? 9 P5 screws. And for the most part, where everything goes back together. We got 2 screws at the end. I think it's a T5. Yeah, T5. 2 T5 screws at the end on this antenna right here. Alright, let's see if it gets loose now. These 4 screws here. And just like that, it comes out. Now we expose the hinge screws. There's 3 on each side. I'm gonna leave those for last. I'm gonna start removing the screen cable connectors, and then we'll remove the hinge screws. Yeah, 2 on each side here, the screen cable connectors. So 4 screws. Oh, that looks like I think it's a T4. It's a little smaller. Yeah. Let's take this out. We got 1 large connector here, and we got 2 separate smaller connectors here. And these are all display cables. Let's see, we got 1 here, and 2 separate ones here. Alright, we got those disconnected. I think this comes out, actually. Yeah, it just comes loose. Look at that. It's not held in, it's just maybe held in by a little adhesive. Doesn't really take much force to pry on it. It looks like yeah, it comes right out like that. There's like a rubber, no, like a piece of foam right there holding these connectors, you know, kind of snug. So now the cables are free, we can remove the hinge screws and the screen should come out. This is definitely the lid angle sensor that I've heard about. It's right here in the corner of the Mac. This is the sensor that's definitely paired to the screen. So we're gonna see if we could, we're gonna swap that over to the new screen, and be careful not to damage this connector. If you damage it, then you're gonna have to definitely pair a new lid angle sensor to the new screen, which you don't wanna do if you don't have the tool. And they have a tool that you could buy, it's called a nerd tool, that you could actually use to program a new lid angle sensor to the Mac. So let's see, here we go. This is also a T4, 2 T4 screws here. Lid angle sensor comes right out. All right. Now we got the big screws. They should be T9. Yeah, 2, 3, 6, 6, 3, 6. T9.
96 to our 3.
Get these. Okay, after these screws come out, you're gonna want to pry this hinge upward and make sure they're all the way up. So this should just slide upward and out, up and out. Make sure the screen cables are loose. Up and out. Up and out. Just like that. And that's it. We got the screen out. This is the cable sensor you have to be very careful of. The lid angle sensor right on the edge. So I'm gonna, after I see what the new screen is like, we're gonna transfer that. But yeah, that's how the screen comes out. It's pretty straightforward. Not that much harder than other MacBooks. So this is the screen I got from eBay. It is a genuine MacBook Pro 2021 16-inch screen. They have aftermarkets, but they're not reliable at all. I did want to go the genuine route. The customer is paying, so I might as well give him the best quality product we can get. This was a A-grade pulled screen. I haven't even opened the box, so I don't know what the condition really truly is. Sometimes it's a gamble ordering on eBay. You just never know. But I do this all the time. I've had very little issues ordering used screens off eBay. But yeah, this is how I source most of my parts. Looks like it came in a... Can you imagine, guys, if this is really it? Duck feathering down. Padding, or whatever it is. That'd be pretty crazy. But that's what I got. Definitely not $500 worth of padding. Or feathering. Duck feather. Alright, let's see. Oh, I mean, this package looks like it's packaged pretty well. Okay. Well, it's definitely a screen. Alright, let's see. Looks like we packaged it pretty well. Let's see what we got, guys. Let's see what's in here. This better be an A grade. This is exactly what I paid for. Okay, we got a little so he included some screws. I guess when he pulled this out of an assembly, he was, you know, taking apart for parts. Let's see what we got. These are those foam. Oh, they're plastic. No, they're actually kind of foam. They bend. The cover. I mean, I already have these. I don't need them. More screws, more plates. So it was nice of the seller to include those. This is the sensor he left on. So this was the original. This is the original lid sensor that is part of this screen, which is not gonna work for this MacBook that we're replacing it with. So we're gonna have to move over the original lid angle sensor from the other screen. And look for any dents or scratches on the lid itself, which does not seem to be any. There is actually one thing though. I don't know if the camera can get it. A discoloration that's in this part of the screen. It looks like there was a sticker there. They tend to, if you leave a sticker on a MacBook shell for a very long time, they tend to discolor the finish. And I can see that in this corner. It's very light. Can't even notice it, to be honest, but I mean I notice these things 'cause I do it all the time. I think the camera could get it. Let's see. Right there. Right there. There is definitely a discoloration on the finish. It is very faint, but honestly, this would be definitely a minus, possibly. All right, let's take this tape off. I hate when they do this. They put the tape like this. Just makes it so much worse taking it off the screen. Off a $500 screen that we got here, guys. $500.
$500?
Okay. Masking tape. At least he used masking tape. Definitely better tape to take off. Doesn't stick. Doesn't stick as good. All right. All right. This is great. He left. Well, they're already on there. Metal brackets that attach to the cables, so we don't have to move these. We can leave those alone. The cables look good. They don't look cut or nicked or anything. That's something, you know, signs you look for. I do want to test this screen just to make sure it works before putting everything back together. But the first thing I do want to do is transfer this lid angle sensor. See, there's one screw holding it in. I think it looks like a P5. We're gonna find out. I'm gonna take it off the old one. I mean the new one first, and then we're gonna transfer the old sensor to the new one. All right, let's see. It's a P5. It's definitely a P5. And that is it. That is the sensor. This is what's paired to the screen. Without this, the MacBook would not go to sleep. Opening and closing the lid. Okay, let's put this aside. Take it off the old one now. I do want to buy that tool they have to calibrate these, just in case one does break. I think the tool itself is about like close to $200, but it's definitely a good investment. to have. So this is the original that we have here. I'm gonna be moving this over to the new screen. Let's put this right here. Oh, oh man. Alright, let's see if we can get this in here. Yeah, looks like it's on there. Pretty good. Looks straight. Has to be straight from the hinge, not angled or anything. So you want to kind of align it vertically with the hinge, the sensor. We're gonna do some testing. We're gonna keep it at the edge like before when putting on the new screen. These hinges gotta be up. So we're gonna be putting it at an angle, then downward. Just watch these cables as well. You're gonna want them going up and not down because they might get squished between the frame and the screen. Let's see what we can do here. I'm gonna gently put this in. We're gonna angle it down a little bit so it goes inside, just like that. Now these hinges are gonna come up a little bit. What we want to do is what I like doing, like holding down the Mac a little bit. We're gonna push these hinges down. They will go down just like that. Just gonna force it just a little bit. And there we go. That's it. I'm gonna put these hinge screws back, and then we're gonna connect these cables only, and then put the battery screw in. And then we're gonna see if this Mac turns on with the new screen. And of course, connect the lid angle sensor as well. And just test that feature and make sure that it works. Like I said, it's my first time doing one of these. I just don't know really what to expect, but we're gonna find out. Hopefully everything works out. Alright, the screen screws are in. Let's connect these cables here. Alright. Alright, screen cable connectors are in. What else? We got the lid angle sensor. Let's connect this. And now the battery terminal. What was it? A T5. Where was my... Okay. Let's do the terminal first. The one single screw. Okay, I should not to over tighten. So let's put this flex cable in. Trackpad cable in. And let's see this boots. I think I'm gonna need my charger. I don't think usually with the newer Macs, if you disconnect the battery and then connect it back and then try to turn it on, it won't turn on. You're definitely gonna have to connect the charger, but let's try and check and see if this turns on. No, that's got to be kind of more organized with the screws a little bit. I know, and I don't. It doesn't look as organized over here, but it's just in my head. This is how the way I do things. My charger here. Okay. And there we go. You got some power. Let's see what's going on. Hopefully it boots up. Loading screen is always a good sign. Oh, that's nice. Everything is showing. The top bar is what people really had issues with. I think with the aftermarket screens, there's still an issue with those. I believe since this is a genuine screen, I'm not getting that issue some people I think have had, where it's a black bar on top that's covering where the camera connector is right here. That notch, it kind of goes across. But then again, I don't know. You know, this is my first repair. You know, I haven't done it with an aftermarket screen, as this is a genuine screen replacement. You know, little to no issues, obviously. Let's look at the LCD. Let's make sure there are no imperfections with this. Yeah, this is definitely a company computer. As you can see, this message. It's definitely a managed, supervised device by the company that this customer is working for. So we won't be able to really get in or test it, which is okay. Obviously, it's fine. In the case like this, you know, the screen looks like it's working great. You know, in times like this, I do want to test something like the camera, but in this case, I won't be able to. I'm sure it works fine. If there is any issue, you know, the customer will definitely reach out. So at this point, I want to test the lid angle sensor. So let's see. When this closes, this screen should shut off. Give it a second. It seems like it's going in and out when I'm closing it and opening it. So it seems like the lid angle sensor is not working properly. We're gonna have to go back and recheck this sensor. It seems like it goes to sleep at a certain angle and then goes on again. When I was doing research on this lid angle sensor, it has to be perfectly aligned with the screen. So we're gonna go ahead and turn this off and try to messing with the lid angle sensor again. Let's go disconnect this. I'm gonna take the connector back out. Alright, battery screw out. Let's see what we got going on. Now I'm gonna take the screen back out. There's a chip on the lid angle sensor. This I believe is the chip. It's some kind of magnetized, or there is some kind of property where when the hinge open and closes over here, there's a little metal piece that rotates like this, and it rotates like this, and this usually stays still, but I think that piece has to be perfectly aligned from which way it started. I'm gonna try just adjusting this. It's possible it was maybe just a little loose. Let's see if that worked, guys. I don't know, not too sure, to be honest. I mean, it seems okay to me. I just don't know. We're gonna put it in again and try it one more time.
A few moments later.
Take two. Yeah, it goes to sleep at this angle, because the trackpad doesn't even work. So you can tell it's in sleep mode. And when I put it up, it starts working. It's the angle of the sleep wake sensor. I'm not sure what angle it's supposed to be at, Maybe when it's closed. Let's see if we can start messing. Let's see if we can mess with it a little more. I'm gonna try messing with it from here. We're gonna be putting in the original lid angle sensor now. But that came with the screen. Okay. That's interesting. The lid angle sensor that came with the new screen is working. And not the one that was on the original broken screen. So it seems like you need the original lid angle sensor with the screen that you're gonna use. That's what it seems like. It's paired to the screen itself and not the logic board. Yeah, that is working beautifully. Alright guys, figured it out. We'll start going backwards. Alright, let's put the rest of these hinge screws in. What's next? Okay, we're gonna put the hinge screw covers first. On each side. Alright, then we could put the antenna in. But before the antenna, let's actually put these LCD brackets on. Got one here, and one here. It is, what time? It is 11:13 p.m. And I've had a long day at work. This is just one of those videos I've been wanting to do. I've been waiting for that screen to come in, so this customer has been waiting almost about 4 or 5 days now. So I had to get this thing finished, and you know, I wanted to make a video for you guys. So here we are, you know. What do we got? Okay, now we got the antenna bracket back in. Let's put this back on, just like this. All right. We could put the main screws back on. These right here. These 4. Let's put those back in. These were, I think, T5. Yes, T5. 2 screws at the end. Don't forget that. These are long screws, like these. 9 PA5 screws. It's pretty interesting about the lid angle sensor. Everything I was reading, I'm in a big repair group, and people were saying you should transfer over the lid angle sensor from the original screen. And so that's what I did. But it seemed like that was not the case. It needs the original sensor that was originally on the screen. So it's a good thing that the seller included the original lid angle sensor when he pulled it off. Otherwise I would have had to get that calibration tool, and it would have been a whole nother thing. I don't think this customer would want to wait any longer for this Mac. Alright, let's put these antennas in. Put the antenna bracket. The hinge cover screws on. So I would probably rate this. I'd probably rate this a fair, like about, probably like maybe a 6 6 out of 10. You know, not difficult at all with the right tools. I mean, as you can see, guys, it was pretty straightforward. I didn't have to struggle with anything much except for that lid angle sensor. But now you guys know, with a aftermarket screen and an aftermarket lid, or the aftermarket screen and the original lid sensor that comes from the broken screen, or if you have a broken screen, it won't work. You're gonna have to get, if you want everything to work as one go, you'd have to get a original screen with the original lid angle sensor that was pulled off with it. Or you can get the calibration tool, you know, whichever. But I advise against using the aftermarket screen. Like I said, I don't think anybody's really had much luck with those. And why would you want to put a subpar screen on a almost over $1,000 MacBook? We're gonna put the lid angle sensor metal bracket over back again. All right, let's get this on here. All right, this is all tight. This looks good. We're coming to a close. We're gonna have to put the battery screw back in. Okay. Put the trackpad connector back in. Let's put this trackpad plate back over. All right, we got that in. Let's see. I'm going to just check everything over again, make sure everything's there, all the screws are in, and make sure I didn't miss anything, you know. Looks great. Let's put this back on. It goes on like this. When you're putting this cover back on, you're gonna want to do it at an angle and then push it in towards you first, like that. Once you hear that click, then you know it's in. Then you could push the rest of the cover back in. These are clips over here, usually. Well, there's no clips. I guess no clips on this back cover. I guess it's just held in by screws only. Oh, wait. No, there we go. We got a clip, one clip, two clips, right there. Now this is in. We can put the screws back in, and let's finish up this repair. Okay. All right. That is it. We're gonna turn this on one more time. Make sure it works. There we go. Keyboard's working. Trackpad's working. Let's make sure this goes to sleep. You're gonna see this, it should shut off. There we go. Just like that. When fully closed, it should be off. When you open it, past a certain angle, that's when it turns back to when it wakes up again. That's it. That's what we wanted. That's exactly what it should be doing. And that is it. We are done with this repair. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope it helps any of you that wants to take on this repair. Just go slow. Like I said about the lid angle sensor, just be very careful with it. And yeah, stay tuned for the next video.